There's nothing quite like the thrill of traveling, seeing new places, meeting new people, and creating memories that last a lifetime. And just because we've celebrated a few more birthdays doesn't mean we should stop exploring the world. But here's the thing. Traveling after 70 isn't quite the same as it was in our younger years. There are a few hidden dangers that can catch us off guard if we're not prepared. Maybe you've noticed that long flights leave you more exhausted than they used to, or that unfamiliar places can be a little harder to navigate than you remember. Or perhaps you've even had a close call with your health while away from home. If any of that sounds familiar, you're not alone. The truth is, as much as we love to travel, there are some risks we need to be aware of so we can stay safe and enjoy every moment of our adventures. That's exactly why I wanted to talk to you today about the 5 hidden dangers of traveling after 70 that every senior must know before their next trip. Whether you're planning a weekend getaway or a dream vacation across the globe, being aware of these risks can make all the difference between a trip that's smooth sailing and one that leaves you feeling stressed or even unwell. So if you're ready to travel smarter and safer, stick with me. We're going to go through each of these dangers one by one and, more importantly, talk about how you can avoid them. Because the last thing any of us want is for an unexpected problem to turn what should be a joyful experience into a stressful one. Let's get started. Now, let's talk about the first hidden danger many seniors face while traveling: dehydration. It might sound like a small thing, but as we get older, our bodies don't always signal thirst as clearly as they once did. Combine that with the dry air in airplanes, long days of sightseeing, or even just forgetting to drink enough water in a new routine, and suddenly, dehydration can sneak up on you. And here's why that's so risky. It can lead to dizziness, confusion, or even more serious issues like urinary tract infections or kidney strain. So, what can you do? First, make a habit of carrying a refillable water bottle with you, one that's easy to open and fits in your bag. Aim to take small sips throughout the day, even if you don't feel thirsty. And if you're flying, try to avoid too much caffeine or alcohol, since those can make dehydration worse. A good rule of thumb? If your urine is darker than pale yellow, it's time to drink more water. Simple, but it makes a world of difference. Now, the second danger is something many of us don't think about until it's too late: medication mishaps. When we're at home, we have our routines. The same pill box in the same spot, the same pharmacy just down the street. But travel disrupts all of that. Maybe your flight gets delayed and you miss a dose, or you accidentally leave your pills in a hotel room when you're out for the day. Even time zone changes can throw off medication schedules if you're not careful. Here's how to stay on top of it. Pack at least a few extra days' worth of medication in case of delays, and keep them in 2 separate places, like one bottle in your carry-on and another in your suitcase. If you're crossing time zones, ask your doctor or pharmacist how to adjust your schedule. And always carry a printed list of your medications, dosages, and any allergies, just in case you need medical help while away. A little preparation here can save you a lot of trouble later. Speaking of health, the third danger is overexertion. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of a trip, walking for miles to see every landmark, climbing stairs in an old European hotel, or pushing through fatigue because you don't want to miss out. But here's the thing. Our bodies don't bounce back like they used to, and overdoing it can lead to exhaustion, falls, or even flare-ups of chronic conditions. The key is balance. Plan rest breaks into your itinerary, maybe a quiet hour in the afternoon to recharge. Wear supportive shoes, and don't be afraid to use a cane or walker if it helps you stay steady. And most importantly, listen to your body. If you're feeling worn out, it's okay to slow down or skip an activity. The goal is to enjoy your trip, not end up in bed recovering from it. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever dealt with any of these issues while traveling? What tips worked for you? Drop a comment below and share your experience. And if you're finding this helpful, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the rest of the dangers we'll be covering. Because the next one is something most travelers don't see coming until it's too late. Let's move on to the fourth danger: financial scams targeting seniors. Unfortunately, tourists, especially older ones, are often seen as easy targets. Whether it's a taxi driver taking the long route to run up the fare, a pickpocket in a crowded market, or even a friendly stranger offering help that ends with your wallet missing. These situations can turn a dream trip into a nightmare. The best defense? A little skepticism and some smart habits. Always agree on taxi fares up front or use a ride-sharing app with set prices. Keep your cash and cards in different places. Maybe some in a money belt under your clothes and just a small amount in your pocket. And if someone seems overly eager to assist you, it's okay to politely decline. Trust your instincts. They've gotten you this far in life for a reason. Finally, let's talk about the fifth danger: poor travel insurance, or worse, none at all. Many seniors assume their regular health insurance will cover them abroad, or that nothing will go wrong. But emergencies happen. A fall, a sudden illness, even a canceled flight that leaves you stranded. Without the right coverage, you could be facing huge medical bills or unexpected costs that drain your savings. So, before your next trip, take a close look at travel insurance options. Make sure it covers medical emergencies, evacuation if needed, and trip interruptions. Some policies even have age limits or exclude pre-existing conditions, so read the fine print. It might feel like an extra expense, but compared to the cost of an overseas hospital bill, it's a small price to pay for peace of mind. Now, we've covered a lot today, from staying hydrated to avoiding scams, but these are all things you can plan for. And that's the good news. With a little awareness and preparation, you can avoid these dangers and focus on what really matters, making wonderful memories. In the next part, we'll wrap things up with some final thoughts and encouragement to keep you traveling confidently. But for now, I'd love to hear your stories. Have you ever faced one of these challenges on a trip? What did you learn from it? Let's keep the conversation going in the comments below. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does support this channel and helps me bring you more content like this. Because here's the truth: age shouldn't stop you from seeing the world. It just means traveling a little smarter. And now, you're well on your way. You know, as we wrap up our discussion on these hidden travel dangers, I want to leave you with one important thought. Getting older doesn't mean giving up adventure. It just means being a little wiser in how we approach it. Every single one of these risks we've talked about, dehydration, medication mix-ups, overexertion, scams, and inadequate insurance, has one thing in common. They can all be managed with some simple preparation. And that's really good news, because it means nothing should stand between you and the joy of exploring new places. Think back to the trips you've taken over the years, the stories you've collected, the laughter shared with loved ones, the awe of seeing something beautiful for the first time. Those are the moments that stay with us, and they're worth protecting. By packing that extra water bottle, double-checking your medications, pacing yourself, staying alert to scams, and investing in good insurance, you're not just avoiding problems. You're giving yourself the freedom to fully enjoy every experience without worry. I'll tell you a quick story. A dear friend of mine, Martha, took her dream trip to Italy last year at 78. She did all these things we've talked about: planned rest days, carried her medications carefully, even practiced saying "no thank you" firmly in Italian to avoid pushy street vendors. And you know what? She came back glowing, not just from the Tuscan sun, but from having the confidence that she'd handled everything beautifully. That's the kind of trip I want for every one of you. So as you plan your next adventure, whether it's a cross-country road trip or a cruise across the ocean, remember, the secret isn't to avoid travel, but to travel smart. Keep this advice in mind. Trust your instincts. After all, you've got decades of wisdom to draw from. And most importantly, savor every moment. Before I go, I'd love to hear about your favorite travel memories or any tips you've picked up along the way. Share them in the comments. Your experience could be exactly what another viewer needs to hear. And if this video helped you, do me a kindness and hit that like button. It helps more seniors find this information. If you're not subscribed yet, I'd be honored to have you join our community of adventurous spirits. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for spending this time with me today. Here's to your next journey. May it be safe, joyful, and full of wonderful stories to tell. Until next time, happy travels, my friends. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.